but we're talking a lot about environment. And I'm curious, you teach not just about journaling, but about creativity as a whole. What role do you believe your environment plays in your creativity? Do you switch up your environment all the
Mm.
time, or like, are there different environments that can foster greater creativity?
It's one of the things that I invite people to do as they are exploring their journaling practice. I suggest mix it up. See how environment plays a role and how it affects your creative output, because you will probably journal differently in bed than you do at night, than you
Mm-hmm.
will in the morning sitting at your kitchen table. Similarly, you will probably journal differently when you're on the subway versus when you're looking at the Grand Canyon. So the
Mm-hmm.
idea that, like, take your practice, shake it up, bring it out to a park bench, see where it can go. Go to the skate park, whatever. But the point
Mm-hmm.
is that it's really remarkable to have a new environment, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be journaling about the environment. Although
Right.
certainly something as awe-inspiring as a beautiful natural wonder will very likely imbue your topic. But it really is a wonderful thing to witness how environment plays a role in supporting your creative output
Mm-hmm.
and being able to just be in dialogue with that. It's not good or bad. It's just different. And
Mm-hmm.
there's sometimes where people are like, that didn't make a difference. Cool. Try something else. It's not about doing it right or wrong. And there's so many things in our lives that, like, right now, I feel like we're supposed to be amazing at everything we do. And that's one of the reasons why people have all these hangups about journaling. You can bring that novice brain to play here. You can,
Mm-hmm.
there's no third party reader. There is no external critic. If there's a critic that shows up, guess what? It's the critic from within. Invite them in, have that conversation with them and say, thank you very much. You don't get to be the MC of this party. Appreciate you, appreciate your role here, but you can have a seat. But the point is that we're so hungry for some room to just have a creative output without it being tied to productivity. Now,
Mm.
the secret and the sauce here is that it will make you a more productive person, but that's not the reason to do it. And if you're bringing that lens of bro biohacking productivity to it,
Ugh.
I'd rather have you do it than not. But man, are you missing out on all that nectar that waits for you?
Right. It's like really just rooting in that simplicity and that play again, like going out with no agenda. I recently had an interview with Alexandra Roxo, who's a mentor teacher about like sacred sexuality. And she has these like surrender Saturdays. And she talks about like, yeah, there's like nothing on, my agenda, which sounds like, well, like obviously it's the weekend, but I don't know, for entrepreneurs and for New Yorkers and a lot of my friends were like packing our days with like, okay, I'm going to work in the morning, then I'm going to go to Pilates, and then I'm going to do all these things. But it's like, this is not where the magic happens. It happens in the spontaneity. It happens in the artistry of just living and breathing our lives. Like we forget to just live our lives. And it sounds so simple again, but I mean, it's comical. It's comical, but it's also very profound.
And I think also as New Yorkers, entrepreneurs, all of it, like there's this, we're always catching up.
Right.
We're always playing catch up. And I certainly feel many times that I am. And we've talked about this, right? That I don't want to be perceived as like somebody who has all the answers. I'm a peer. And I've done a lot of this, and I've done the pearl diving to bring the research forward, and I can bring you to the page. But one of the things that I love most about journaling is that the wisdom that shows up comes from the individual, not from
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah, that's really powerful. I mean, we're all just vessels to something greater, right?